today to show you how to install a Monroe Quick-Strut assembly on a 2001 Toyota Camry CE. This particular Camry has 123,000 miles and is still running its OE struts. Let's take a look at these old OE struts. Here you can see the torn dust boot and oil leaking from the old strut. These are sure signs that you need to have a full ride control inspection, and you may need to replace the struts. When you remove the wheel for service, always be sure to mark the stud nearest the tire valve stem. This mark will serve as a guide for you when you reinstall the wheel. Lining up the marks prior to reinstallation will help preserve the wheel balance. Once you mark the wheel, remove it by unscrewing the lug nuts and lifting it off the wheel hub. Now you can begin removing the original strut. The first step is to unbolt the anti-sway bar end link and remove it from the strut bracket. Next, you need to remove the brake line from the strut brake line bracket. A regular socket wrench should be able to do this. Now look for the two large bolts near the bottom of the strut. These are called the lower mounting bolts. Remove both of them. Look under the hood for 3 sturdy mounting studs. Warning: do not loosen or remove the center rod nut. Remove 2 upper mounting nuts and loosen the third nut, making sure to keep at least a few threads engaged so the strut can pivot but won't fall through the strut tower. Look at where the spindle connects to the strut. The spindle slides into a clevis on the strut. Break the strut free from the clevis by pushing the bottom of the strut inward toward the engine, making sure to keep the rotor vertical. Now you're ready to remove the strut. Remove the third upper mounting nut, which you already loosened in an earlier step, and pull the strut out of the strut tower. At this point, we recommend supporting the spindle from below with a jack or jack stand while it is disconnected from the strut. It's now time to install your Monroe Quick-Strut assembly. Featuring a precisely tuned OE Spectrum strut that was engineered specifically for foreign nameplate vehicles, this Quick-Strut assembly was designed for a quick, safe, and easy install. There's no need to take apart the existing strut assembly, no need to compress the coil spring, and no expensive single-use tools needed. The Monroe Quick-Strut unit is a complete, ready-to-install replacement strut assembly. To install the Quick-Strut assembly, you'll begin by aligning the upper mounting bolts with the holes in the strut tower, making sure the clevis is facing outward toward the rotor. Be sure to keep using the jack to support the weight of the rotor from underneath while it is disconnected from the strut. Loosely install an upper mounting nut. Slide the spindle into the clevis on the new strut. Align the holes in the spindle with the holes in the clevis and install and tighten the lower mounting bolts. Bolt the brake line and anti-sway bar end link back into their original locations. Before you put the wheel back on, be sure to tighten and torque all of the lower mounting bolts. Torque the lower mounting bolts to 156 foot-pounds. Torque the brake line bracket to 22 foot-pounds, and torque the anti-sway bar end linkage to 29 foot-pounds. Now you can replace the wheel, aligning the valve stem with the stud that you marked at the beginning. Tighten the lug nuts in a cross or star pattern. Lower the vehicle and tighten the 3 upper mounting plate bolts. Torque these nuts to 29 foot-pounds. Torque to 76 foot-pounds. Now you can align the vehicle and it'll be ready to go. That's it. We've completed the Monroe Quick-Strut assembly installation on a 2001 Toyota Camry CE. For more information about Monroe Quick-Strut assemblies, please visit www.monroe.com.